Okay. So full lunar eclipse, the number is 3-3, so March 3rd. So 3:33, this is really ascension time galore. And what doesn't bring us that clarity and joy and deep knowing, this deep connection to our true authentic self, is kind of got to go. It's got to go. It's kind of, what do I really hold dear in my heart? What is it that I have done for a long time that no longer serves me? Those are the questions that are arising now. And then, what can I end? And it is okay to end certain things, because then we can close that in, and it's not like half of an open door where energy is still leaking, your life force still leaking. It has to do with creating space for ourselves so we can receive these downloads, these new energies. These are actually cosmic energies coming in, and we're supposed to hold this vibration so they can go through our bodies and then into the earth. It's just like what we've talked about. We spiritualize our body and all of the substances that are here around us. This has to do a little bit with, of course, extreme weather, which we have experienced here in Sweden for sure. Health, blood, our immune system, systems in general. What systems does work for you? And then upgrading our bodies with these cosmic energies. And then the endings of that doesn't serve us anymore, and really being okay with letting things go. It has to do with our daily routine, our employment, and purification. Also, what do we take in and ingest? Food, tea, water. Do we bless the water? Do we bless our tea? Do we take time to put good intentions wherever we go? It can also be details to perfectionism and flooding. And that can mean flooding of insights. Okay, what is coming in new into my body? What is opening up for me? What am I allowing to flood into my life? It can do also with building the new earth that we're building it through our body. We're building the new earth through our body by feeling good. If you don't feel good, stop and take those 10 breaths. And also, we're being called to really look at, yes, we can have spiritual groups and spiritual teachers, but it's really about making up your mind that you are your own spiritual teacher by coming in to the center of who you are. So those are basic kind of things and stuff that's coming up for this full lunar eclipse. So maybe some of those employment also, maybe some of those questions have been coming up for you. What are we giving our time to? And sometimes employment is so wonderful. I have a friend who is a lawyer here. She has her own company, and she's like, she was we were out walking in the other day, and she said, what, I'm looking at like the list of where it can get hired, because it would be so nice to kind of work and not have to think about it after that. So, and then some people dream about having your own company, and just building something new, but then you're thinking, but then you really are fully responsible. And sometimes it's wonderful to feel that way, and sometimes it's wonderful to just put in some time and then get paid for it, and then you have your own separate life. That doesn't mean that you're not going to do a good job, but there's like so much coming our way. So let's take 10 deep breaths, and we're going to do a couple of breath exercises. So the first is just 10 normal breaths. So you can close your eyes or you can, have your eyes open, sit up, lay down, whatever works for you. But inhale fully now. Fill your lungs and inhale. And just exhale to the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next 5, in and out through the nose. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. And just take a moment. You might have done a little more than 10, but just take a moment and feel 10 breaths like that. Notice the shift. Notice that it took less than 30 seconds. And we're setting up ceremonial space. Okay, we're placing ourselves in a golden sphere of light. And we are allowing for ourselves to visualize a beautiful golden sphere all the way around you. And we connect above to the heart of the grand central sun, where we receive our life force intelligence through the center of our galaxy. And then through the sun and the moon, that balancing the yin and the yang through your I am presence, which will help you kind of determine how much fire you want at this time. Okay? You can turn it up or down as you please. And then through the body and through our Earth Star chakra into the center of Earth. There's a beautiful liquid light crystal there. It is magnificent and loving. It's the heartbeat of the earth that also moves in this fluid way. Okay, connect that to your heart and feel this trio connecting. Center of the heart of the grand central sun, center of your heart, and the center of the earth. So it's a beautiful pillar of light coming in you, through you, and about you. And as we hold this vibration, we're just going to allow for this massive energy to flow through you. And what you're doing now is that you're giving permission. You can say to yourself out loud or in your internal voice, I give myself permission to receive a healing that goes beyond just the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and the divine bodies. But it goes through time, all the past, and all the future. And you're being centered in this present 0 point, the infinite here and now. So I had 2 mornings of being kind of awoken by this huge, giant, massive, loving persona in the form of Mahavatar Babaji. He's a teacher of Yogananda and Yogananda's teacher, and Yogananda's teacher. So it is Mahavatar Babaji, and then Lahiri Maharishi, and then Sri Yukteswar, and then Yogananda. And he's like this cosmic being that he is still living for thousands of years. And the funny thing is, when I went to India, I had a blessing from him, and it was quite extraordinary. I didn't know where to go, But then I was in Puri, and then Yogananda's teacher had his summer palace there. So I went there and I was let in after a few moments to sit where the ashes of Yogananda's teacher was to receive a blessing from Mahavatar Babaji. And my teacher and supporter, Mary, who has my same birthday, she's this little psychic lady that I kind of just check things with. So I know I'm like not losing it completely. But she said, "Oh, there's a guy. He's coming in on a cloud." And I'm thinking, and she doesn't know anything of philosophy or Eastern philosophy. And I said, "Are you talking about Mahavatar Babaji?" Yeah, yeah, he sits on a big mountain. I'm like, "Oh my God, are you talking about Mount Kailash, the most spiritual PowerPoint of this earth?" She's like, "Yeah, that one, that one." I was like, "Oh my God, okay, great." So I knew I was going to get it. And it was truly intense, not just sitting in Sri Yukteswar's ashes, but a booming voice came in, and Mahavatar Babaji is known for this booming voice. He holds a body of about 28, but he's thousands of years old. And he is the one who's been teaching the Kriya Yoga complex that Yogananda, taught as well. So he just wants to come in today. He was here 2 mornings and he's very intense. I get almost not afraid, but like I'm almost bracing myself when he comes in, because when I got this merging download when I was in India, it was so intense. It was like my heart was like bursting all the way around my body, and the spiritual electricity and magnetic frequency was so high that I actually came out of there. I looked at myself, I was gold. I was radiating gold. I even took a picture and I'm completely golden. And after that, my hair just like fell out. And I don't want to go through that part again. But anyway, he has a message for us. So I'm just going to let part of his energy enter in through my I am presence so I can kind of digest this frequency a little more. But he is like the Kalki, this new age riding in on this horse, holding the fire and the water together in one. And he says, "I am here. I am Babaji. I am the celestial father still living here on earth. I am the one that has called your name. And I am the one that says, I am the light within. I am the infinite light. I am the one that initiated Joshua into Kriya Yoga and several other yogic practices as he was here once upon a time in a physical body avatar. I am still maintaining my body avatar in a much higher frequency. But the message for you today is to slow down, to remember that these codes are coming in many forms. They're coming through sacred geometries, through numbers. They're coming through a sensation of deep love and a sense of resurrection. When you resurrect, you're allowed to merge with your I am presence, that central pillar of light that is way up above you, about 32 to 34 feet above your head. The enlightened one, the one who beats your heart and breathes your lungs. I am Babaji, and I'm bringing you today information in the form of waves and particles of energy and enlightenment to remind you that you are here simply to hold the light within you. And as you feel overwhelmed, either from what's going on in the outer world, You are being called to stand straight. You are being called to use your body avatar as a light post for others. When you hold your balance in your center and your light, when you are willing to receive this transformation, transmutation, and resurrect in a living form, you are awakening the remembrance of being a master. And your gifts are all coming aboard, memories and dreams. And you also might receive upgrades through your body, which you have to process certain things. Maybe you might have to have a fever to burn out unobserved, stagnant energies or emotions. You may also be able to just take in the joy and not expect anything with your mind, but fully open your heart to the beauty and the love that is all around you. At all times, at any time, and give yourself permission now to simply breathe 10 simple breaths as we inhale and exhale. Inhale again through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Now, 5 breaths. You're simply not going to pause in between, but you're going to inhale like a rolling breath. So you're just going to inhale and exhale through the nose. It's going to be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now, as you're drinking in from a big straw, you're going to do it through your mouth and just keep it going. You may feel a little dizzy, and that's okay. You're just giving oxygen to all of your cells. So through your mouth and pause. Allow for the spiral of breath to simply enter through the crown of your head and spiral into the brain, balancing the right and the left brain hemisphere, balancing the left and the right eye, balancing the right and the left ear, balancing the heart valves, front of the heart valves, back of the heart, sides of your heart. Balancing all of the organs in your body. Balancing your root, balancing the hips, and the right and the left knee, and the left and the right ankle, and balancing the soles of your feet and the centers of your hands. So for a moment, simply receive this energy. You're receiving the energy of the balance of water and fire and air. And this trio of water, of fire, and air creates the ethers that beautiful, creative, spiritual mass that holds every particle, every atom, every neutron together. It is the space between the space. This is how I, Mahavatar Babaji, can show up to billions of people at the same time as I'm holding this highest mastery, but still keeping a human shape. So as you be willing to play with this ease and lightness of the air, as the clarity and discernment of the fire, as the softness and the humility and compassion as the water, you too will start to simply connect more and more into your authentic truth self, who is always pulsating in and through your heart. And as you do these simple breathing 3 to 4 times a day, where you take inhaling through the nose, through the mouth, through the nose, exhaling through the mouth for 5 or more. Inhale, exhale through the nose as a rolling breath for 5 or more. And then inhaling and exhaling through the mouth for 5 breaths in a rolling sense or more. You are reminding and feeding and upgrading your cellular memory, being able to transmute and transcend that which gave you the stairs to step up on, the stability of having a body, but yet releasing those lessons that you have already finished and coming back into the center and that tremendous love, holding a high frequency and loving your body avatar, loving what has been and embracing and loving what is coming your way, knowingly or unknowingly, just holding that greatest expectation. Good. And then giving yourself this moment to simply coming back into your body now as Mahavatar Babaji simply evaporates like a fog or the snow and transcends and moves to Mount Kailash, and a little part of Mahavatar Babaji has moved into your heart. And if you're willing to receive these gifts, you too can start to allow for yourself to explore these qualities within you, to embody mastery, even if that word might seem daunting. Just play with this idea and be willing to take your breaks, to see the beauty around you, and to oxygenate and spiritualize the matter by blessing yourself, by breathing, by loving the loved ones, by sending this tremendous light, by standing in your own truth here and now. So just feeling this, maybe bringing your hands onto your heart and thanking all the love around you. Thanking Mahavatar Babaji that comes through a cloud, sitting on Mount Kailash, spiritualizing all of us so that we can remember that we belong here on earth in this unity consciousness and learning from all that is around us. And remember to savor the beauty and the sweetness of life as is. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And so it is.